Hey everybody, here is Tuesday, so here is lesson day. Today we're going to talk about the woman with the issue of blood. Now, the woman with the issue of blood is mentioned in three of the Gospels, and the three Gospels are Matthew, Mark, and Luke. Now, Mark chapter 5, verses 25 through 34 is the longest passage about her. A woman in the crowd had suffered for 12 years with constant bleeding. She had suffered a great deal from many doctors, and over the years she had spent everything she had to pay them, but she had gotten no better. In fact, she had gotten worse. She had heard about Jesus, so she came up behind him through the crowd and touched his robe. For she thought to herself, if I can just touch his robe, I will be healed. Immediately the bleeding stopped, and she could feel in her body that she had been healed of her terrible condition. Jesus realized at once that healing power had gone out from him. So he turned around in the crowd and asked, "Who touched my robe?" His disciples said to him, "Look at this crowd pressing around you. How can you ask who touched me?" But he kept on looking around to see who had done it. Then the frightened woman, trembling at the realization of what had happened to her, came and fell to her knees in front of him and told him what she had done. And he said to her, "Daughter, your faith has made you well. Go in peace, your suffering is over." Now in Luke, it accounts, like I said, it's in Matthew, Mark, and Luke. In Luke, it accounts for the account is the same. But there's one notable difference, and I will read it to you here. In Luke chapter 8, verse 47. It says, "And when the woman saw that she was not hid, she came trembling and falling down before him. She declared unto him before all the people for what cause she had touched him, and how she was healed immediately." Now, Luke noted that the whole crowd heard her explain why. It didn't say that in Matthew or Mark, but in Luke, it mentioned that she declared unto him before all the people. And I think sometimes our acts of faith need to be shared with many other people. Because, it may take them seeing an act of faith to step out in their own faith. And another thing I wanted to add, in Leviticus Chapter 15, verses 25 to 27, according to the law, excessive blood flow made a woman unclean. Anything she had sat, touched, laid on was unclean. If others touched anything she had touched, they would be unclean as well. This woman was not only going through this major issue with the blood, but she was very alone as well, because no one would have wanted to be around her. She couldn't go out in public. She couldn't be hugged by her family. We're going through a quarantine right now, but could you imagine? 12 years is a long time to be quarantined from people, period. I'm sure she was tired, worn out, and I know she was intensely lonely. She would have had to have been. She was desperate for healing. She had great hope that Jesus could heal her. Faith is of great worth in the Lord's sight. For without faith, it is impossible to please God. Jesus didn't have to acknowledge the woman. Her faith to touch the hem of his garment was enough to heal her. It seems that he wanted to look her in the eye, not to yell at her for bothering him, but to see the beautiful, genuine faith emanating from her heart. He wanted to acknowledge that she didn't have to suffer anymore. She was free. I know I talk a lot about faith, and it's a very important thing, because, through a lot of situations, that's what's going to get you through is your faith. I hope you all enjoyed that. I enjoyed, looking everything up and writing it out and all that. If you have any questions, you can list them below. I will be back Friday with our Fun Fact Friday video. You all have a good and safe week. I love each and every one of you, and I will see you Friday. Bye.